Our anime kicks off in the year 4836, when a futuristic city in the kingdom of Huaxiu is under attack. A huge frog-like creature is causing chaos by tossing over the city's skyscrapers like Lego blocks. The magic squad of protectors called the Immortal Heroes arrive at the scene to deal with the situation. Amidst the chaos, a little kid named Wang Ling is walking on the street with a packet of chips without giving a care. A member of the Immortal Heroes, Zhuo Yi, tells the kid to find safety and approaches the giant frog to land an attack. Fast forward to several years later, a statue of Zhuo Yi stands at the school entrance to remember his heroic deed that night. Wang Ling, now a high school freshman, is being bullied by senior students at the gate. However, Sun Rong, another student with a high spiritual force level, steps in to help Wang. She intervenes and easily overpowers the bullies with her superior magic and forwards her hand as a sign of friendship. But Wang turns out to be a Chad, and he rejects her offer of friendship like a boss. Instead, he hands her money in return for her help. A pretty girl with magic just got rejected. Later, a test to measure freshmen' spiritual magic force levels is announced. The force levels of the students are determined by the strength with which they hit the incarnation of the giant frog from before, who is trapped under the school campus. Sun Rong scores a big score to earn herself a seat in the elite class and receives applause and cheers from other students. When Wang steps into the chamber with the giant frog, it recognizes him instantly. It is revealed that in the past, Zhuo Yi wasn't the one to defeat the giant frog. It was the little kid with the chips who knocked out the giant frog with a kick. It was actually Wang who saved Zhuo Yi that night, and not the other way around. The frog realizes that Wang harbors an infinite magical force inside him. He hits the highest score with a slight punch, amazing the whole school, and enters the elite class with ease. In the summoning class, the teacher teaches the students the technique to summon anything they desire using their magic. Everyone starts trying out and summons different objects. Sun Rong is successful in summoning the skeleton of a dog, as she lacked the magical force to summon a complete living dog. To everyone's surprise, Wang summons the giant frog itself with a snap of his fingers. Snap, snap. Where's my giant frog? The teacher quickly acts and seals the skeleton created by Sun Rong and the giant frog together to form a green dog like the one on Dogecoin. Even though the creature is evil, everyone can't help but adore his cuteness and names it Froggy too. Well, who on earth can resist petting a cute doggy? In Wang Ling's extraordinary world, unique abilities weren't uncommon, but he was simply too powerful from the start. As a baby, he shocked his parents by walking on his legs right after he was born. He was like, "Yo guys, thanks for bringing me to this world, but I'll handle things from here by myself." Growing up, he discovers his mind-reading power. His father once brought him a golden sword toy for him to play, but he refused to touch it as he knew it was a fake ordered by his mother without his father knowing about it. He knew that it'd break as soon as he touched the toy, and this would cause a fight between his parents. At age 6, his parents witnessed him defeating the giant frog with a single kick, and since then, his family decided to keep a low profile due to his uncontrollable powers. After all, with great kids come greater parental responsibilities. His father used cultivation technologies in amulets to help him control his abilities, but with growing age, the amulets weren't enough to hold back his immense power. Meanwhile, Wang Ling's mother ensured he regularly took the magical golden pill to suppress his powers. In the present, the class presidential election has arrived, and the school campus is lively with election rallies. Sun Rong and Chen Chao are running for the post, and Sun Rong is attempting to bribe the students using her wealth. Her bodyguard buys the whole canteen and asks the students to grab whatever they want for free in exchange for votes for Sun Rong. The students denied the offer as they didn't like Sun's approach, but Wang simply wanted something to eat and had no interest in the election. He walks up to the bodyguard and agrees to vote for Sun Rong in exchange for dry ramen. Since he isn't accepting money, Wang gives him the golden pill from his mother, Sun Rong, instead. Seeing Wang, other students follow too and give their votes to her in exchange for free food. And the students who still resisted, Sun Rong used a seduction spell on them to get the rest of the votes. Sun Rong is now thinking all kinds of things. She is delusional that Wang is in love with her, and that's why he stepped up first to vote for him. Delusional kids these days, you know. She happily accepted the golden pill, thinking it to be a gesture of love without realizing its purpose. During the next lesson in class, the teacher, Mr. Wang, realizes that all the students in the class except Wang are under Sun Rong's seduction spell, so he decides to give a lesson on the spell. spell of seduction. Wang Ling wonders if Sun Rong knew about the golden pill's effects. He gestures to her in sign language, but Miss Delusional misunderstands and pops the pill into her mouth. The pill instantly drains all her magical energy and breaks her spell of seduction on other students. She turns weak, and when the teacher calls her name, she almost trips to fall when Wang Ling saves her from falling from behind. But eventually, she falls to the floor anyway as Wang stands up when his name is called by the teacher. Then the teacher announces that Chen Chao has won the election, which further upsets Sun Rong. After the class, we see the teacher talking to Zhuo Yi on the phone, describing Wang Ling's capabilities and high magical force levels. The next day, in a pill refining lesson, students brought their own furnaces to impress the teacher. Chen Chao brought a massive copper furnace to impress Sun Rong, who is apparently his crush. Poor Baldy is surely going to have a hard time dealing with his broken heart by the end of this anime, but Sun Rong walks past him to approach Wang Ling. Wang Ling notices a spell on her head and swiftly fixes it, leaving her flustered. Miss Delusional considered this gesture as a scene out of a romantic movie. In the pill refining class, the instructor quickly explains the pill refining assignment to make a golden pill, and the students begin their work. While making the pill, Chen Chao's furnace explodes and he rushes outside in embarrassment. Meanwhile, Guo Hao shows off his special magical furnace, which is better than everyone else's. By the way, our guy Wang Ling didn't bother much and had brought a simple microwave for the task at hand. The class is dismissed for some hours as the process of making the pill is quite long. When everyone leaves the class, Froggy 2 tries to eat Guo Hao's furnace to evolve into his demon form, but is caught by Wang Ling outside. He tries to evade Wang, but Wang is too quick for him and goes flying after receiving a kick from Wang. Meanwhile, Chen Chao is running laps around the ground like a crazy bull in a Spanish El Matador arena. We learn that the furnace he brought is an ancestral item of his family. He had to beg his father for letting him take it to school, who had already warned him to bring it back as it is. Out of fear, he succumbs to a devil trance, growing weak and zombie-like. His insecurities feed his rage and gets furious over Sun Rong's liking of Wang Ling. Guo Hao sees Wang Ling with his furnace and misunderstands. He thinks Wang is stealing his furnace and threatens him to shoot poison from his water gun. He shoots a purple liquid at Wang, which Wang easily dodges, but that lands in Chen Chao's mouth, which was behind Wang. He collapses to the floor, scaring Guo Hao. Wang tries to touch Chen's body to heal him with his magic, but Guo Hao stops Wang as he still doesn't trust him. Instead, they take him inside the refining classroom to prepare the antidote, but they'll have to wait for another 4 hours. Meanwhile, Froggy 2 sneaks in again to swallow the furnace, but is caught by Guo Hao. The two realize that Froggy 2 has time-manipulating powers, and so they force Froggy 2 to use his power to manipulate time to speed up the antidote-making process. When they are done, they first try one pill on Froggy 2 to check its efficiency before giving one to Chen Chao. The instructor arrives, and Gu Hao attempts to stall her but fails, but Wang has already taken care of things inside. She finds Guo Hao's perfectly prepared pill and Wang Ling's burned one. Guo Hao grows soft towards Wang, thinking he swapped the pills from his microwave to Guo Hao's furnace to save him. Later, they repair Chen Chao's furnace, and a friendship blossoms between the three. The next morning, Sun Rong asks Wang Ling out on a date, but Wang is ignoring her, unaware she's the target of Shadow Faction's assassins. The assassins are sniping at Sun Rong from a distance, and when Wang senses them, he distracts the shooter, and the assassins leave the site. Sun Rong asks Wang Ling again, but in a louder voice, grabbing the attention of the whole class. Hearing this, Chen Chao subs in the corner, but Wang still keeps ignoring her. However, Wang stands up to say yes when his teacher calls out his name. Sun Rong takes this as a yes for the date and news of Wang Ling, and Sun Rong dating quickly spreads on social media. This is exactly how rumors spread. Wang Ling is then taken to meet Joint Honorary Master Immortal Zhuo Yi, who recognizes him as the gifted boy who defeated the giant frog years ago. Zhuo Yi falls to his knees, calling Wang Ling master, but Wang then performs a memory-erasing spell on him to make him forget the fact that he was the one who defeated the frog back then. The next day, Froggy 2 informs Wang Ling about the assassins, as he saw them sniping at Sun Rong the other day. At home, Wang wakes up from a nightmare of Sun Rong asking him out, but soon, his nightmare turns into reality when he sees Sun Rong waiting with bodyguards and limos outside the house. He was hoping that his parents would stop him from going on a date, but they kicked him out of the house to meet Sun Rong. Having no option, he leaves with Sun Rong for an amusement park owned by her family. The assassins have also arrived at the park to finish the incomplete job. They take care of all the bodyguards and fire a bullet at Sun Rong from a distance. Wong senses the attack and catches the bullet with his mouth and sends his back at the assassins, causing them to fly away. Sun Rong sees his true powers, and to erase her memory, Wong uses his memory-erasing spell on her. The two then decide to ride the Ferris wheel. By this time, Wong is already bored after hearing Sun Rong's endless chatter. He is slightly relieved to see the assassins joining them in their car. Meanwhile, Zhuo is watching from below and calls the magic squad upon noticing the assassins climbing into the Ferris car with Wang Ling and Sun Rong. Sun Rong recognizes them from their masks and stands as a barrier to protect Wang Ling. Miss Delusional has truly fallen in love with Wang, and realizing her true feelings, he stands up to teach the assassins a lesson. As his eyes turn fiery red, he blasts the assassins out of their Ferris car, and a phoenix of flames gobbles them up in the sky. Sun Rong sees Wang's immense power again, but this time he doesn't erase her memory. Instead, he performs his promise spell to lock the memories of the day as a secret in Sun Rong's memory. That night, the leader of the Shadow faction is furious and issues a shadow kill order for Sun Rong. She wants to eliminate Sun Rong at any cost after the previous failed attempt. The next day at school, Sun Rong catches up with Wang Ling, Chen Chao, and Guo Hao. The school campus is filled with security personnel, and they are briefed by Zhuo about the protection because of the shadow kill order for Sun Rong. Zhuo claims to have defeated the assassins the previous day, as we learn that Wang has erased his memories and told him so. The school is put under tight security with bodyguards, security guards, and the 7-star squad. Despite the measures, 3 Shadow faction assassins infiltrate the school grounds and head towards the kids. The first assassin enters the school from below the ground like a mole. He easily bangs the heads of the guards like drums and moves his way up. He is spotted on camera by Zhuo in the office, while the kids are too carefree and busy on their phones. Zhuo alerts the security personnel, but the assassin beats the hell out of them too. The other assassin who specializes in gas attacks is stopped by Mr. Wang, the teacher. It turns out Mr. Wang is a powerful magic user too. He easily dodges the gas attacks using his spiritual energy and forces the assassin to run away. Wang, who has ordered some dry ramen after coming across an exclusive deal, opens the door of the office, and the assassin falls to the floor after hitting the door. Mr. Wang reaches there too and traps the assassin easily. On the other hand, the first assassin, who has been banging heads this whole time, comes across Froggy too. The assassin couldn't help but fall for his cuteness and started petting him on his head. Froggy too takes the opportunity to bite his hand and suck out his spiritual and life essence, making him grow old. He quickly transforms into his real demon form and blasts the assassins with a powerful strike. The last and the strongest of the assassins is waiting with his powerful hammer and invisibility on the roof of the office. Wang, who is on his way to receive his delivery of dry ramen, easily sees through his invisibility, upon which the assassin grows agitated and furiously decides to drop everything and attack Wang Ling. He strikes Wang with all his force, but his hammer is useless against Wang's infinite force. His hammer cracks like a weak egg against Wang's head, and the assassination fails once again. Zhuo runs out and calls Wang's master after witnessing the scene, but Wang erases his memory once more, reminding him that he's the one who defeated the assassins. And when Sun Rong, Chen Chao, and Guo Hao come out, they find Wang injured in Zhuo's arms. For the next few days, Wang is at home, pretending to be on sick leave inside a high-tech healing machine provided by Sun Rong. His mother asks him to drop the act and go back to school, but Wang wants to continue with the act for a few more days. Meanwhile, Sun Rong and the boys come to visit him. They have visited to check on Wang's recovery. When Wang's mother enters Wang's room to give the kids some snacks, Sun Rong grabs the opportunity to impress her by giving her several gifts. The quickest way to a boy's heart is through his mother's choice. Miss Delusional surely knows her game. She also takes out the chicken blood injection she brought with her to heal Wang. Chen Chao then reveals a spiritual testing wristband sent by their teacher for Wang Ling to participate in, along with the others, to check the magical force levels of the students. Sun Rong insists on Wang Ling taking the injection before the test, but Wang Ling declines being stung, stating that he's feeling much better and stands up to take the wristband. Chen Chao explains that this test is different from the entrance assessment, and this test will measure the magical force force levels inside the students more efficiently. Meanwhile, at the 59th high school, students are testing their spiritual forces using similar wristbands. We see that a student named Tang Jingzi scores a striking 4379, leading the top 10 list of spiritual forces of high schools as other students cheer for him. Back at Wang's house, Guo Hao and Chen Chao took their turn to test their spiritual forces. Chen scores around 400 and Guo Hao scores 179. This disheartens the two, and they act dramatically like two widowed ladies crying over their dead husbands. Sun Rong denies taking the test at first, but gives in after Chen and Guo's request. She scored a 40-15, taking second place in the list after Jingze. Meanwhile, Wang's high magic level was detected by the wristband and ended up at the top of the list, with a null score, despite placing his energy in outer space. At the other school, the students noticed Wang Ling's score and wondered if there was a bug in the system. Before leaving Wang's house, Wang hears Guo Hao telling Chen Chao that he is ashamed of his low score, and he wonders if he should hack the system to change his score. Later, we see Wang Ling at Guo Hao's place. Together, they attempt to hack the Cultivation Council School League system, unaware that Tang Jingze was also hacking in the hopes of finding out Wang's actual score. Guo Hao recognizes the arrogant Tang Jingze, but ends up alerting the system alarm, and both hackers quickly exit. Tang Jingze failed to find out Wang Ling's score, but before exiting, Guo Hao changed Tang Jingze's name to Tang Birdie 2, which didn't sit well with him. And here the part 1 ended. Subscribe for part 2 till then, watch out and take care.